a very good morning. Welcome to Oliveboard Speed Reading Practice 3.0 Editorial session, guys. Very good morning to all of you. Manoj, Kavita, Jaya, Abdul, Elakya, Akhil. Very good morning, guys. So homework not checked for yesterday. I will check it, Manoj. Yesterday was a bit busy with the interviews and every classes, right, sessions. So I will check it. No worries. So today, guys, we are going to read a new fresh article from the Indian Express. Quickly invite others also. Tell them to join, please. All of you. Right. Very good morning, Rani, Shankar. Yeah. Very good morning to all of you. Chalo, I'll move to the PPT here. Before I begin, guys, for SOIT, also we have a course for interview, right? You can use code Harshita and get discount, right? More than 40% off if you are preparing for IT. RBI assistant course is there, 45% off. Again, we have already started with this batch. For SBI clerk also we have a course separately. Now to access multiple courses, whether it is your ESIC, RBI assistant, or you can say SBI clerk, yeah, you can use my code Harshita for access to multiple courses. By how will you access multiple courses, guys? The best on Oliveboard is your super elite plan. Banking super elite plan on Oliveboard. If you buy, you can access multiple courses, mocks and test, right? So join the course using code Harshita, you will get discount. Personalized batch for IBPS PO is already running. Okay. आज श्री राम एडिटोरियल के लिए खुद आए हैं. जय श्री राम. Okay, anything you buy on Oliveboard, use code Harshita for maximum discount. We'll start with yesterday's words. We always revise that first and then we will move to today's article. Okay, chalo. Tell me, guys, क्या है अब आज के meanings? How many you remember? That is important, right? Every day when we revise, you should know how many words you still remember. Okay, what is treason? We discussed this noun word, treason meaning. Criminal act of causing harm to your own country. Yeah, देशद्रोह. हाँ, ठीक है. Causing harm to your own country. देश के साथ विश्वासघात करना, treason. Yeah, देश के साथ विश्वासघात करना, causing harm to your own country. Okay, that is treason. Tamper. When you tamper with something, you interfere. Tamper is interfere. ठीक है. छेड़छाड़ करना, interfere करना. To damage something, you fool around, you tamper. Okay, fool around. Benign. You all know this root, B-E-N-E. Benign is kind. Benign is gentle. Right? Kind and gentle, benign. Imposed. When there is a law which is imposed, a rule that is imposed, means you make the people accept it by your power, by your authority. You impose it, right? To make a law, a rule, etc. be accepted by using your power, by using your authority. Okay, right. Yes, you can say that. Vijay, Alia, Nirav Modi. Huh. Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, treason, right. Okay, distort means you change, you twist, guys. Distorted is you bring in changes, pull, twist, right? So something, change something. Right? शक्ल बदलना, आवाज बदलना, फॉर्म बदलना किसी चीज का. Right. Evolve, you evolve with time. We need to evolve with time, develop gradually. Flagged, a concern raised. What is ire? It's anger. Anger. Traverse meaning travel across. Hybrids, combination of different elements, mixture. Hybrid working model, for example, mixture, mix, right? Right? Ire is anger, correct. Ire is anger. Okay. Now, guys, how many of you have heard regarding the tensions between Ukraine and Russia? There are so many newspaper articles regarding that. So, similar thing I have picked up. Even if I have to draw a map here. Okay, very, very bad drawing, but here, Ukraine. And it has, of course, tensions with separatist held area is this, and then this Russia. Okay, right. You have all heard this news, yes? Pratiksha, Jaya, Jitendra, Ilakya, yes. So for certain news items which are there, daily you see in your newspapers, you should be familiar, right? So there is huge tension going on between these two, Ukraine and there are many news articles, by the way. If you see majority articles on them also. So I picked up one like that, Ukraine and Russia, the tensions that are going on and how it will affect the oil prices, right? So Russia is building up, there are in the borders there are fears and they are building up their military. You can say military build-up is there, okay, on Ukraine borders by Russia, okay. So they are planning to attack mostly, right? I think somebody asked also for this editorial in class. Yes, yes, I remember Manoj. So I thought, why not take it today, right? So let's read this. See, when you are starting to read an editorial, it is somebody's opinion regarding a topic. Now you should know the topic. If you're not aware of the topic, you Google the topic, read about the topic first, history. What is the topic about? Then you read the editorial, you will understand better. If you have not heard the news, it is very tough to understand the editorial then, right? So if you don't have any clue, कुछ पता ही नहीं कि क्या हो रहा है यूक्रेन रशिया के बीच में, तो आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा डिटेल, right? You have to read little bit about the topic also. Okay, brace for. What do you mean by brace for? Prepare yourself for something very unpleasant. Here, brace for meaning it is a phrase. You can say brace for. When something bad is going to happen, something unpleasant, and you have to prepare yourself for that, we say brace for. Yeah, Gargi, you're late. Acha, guys, looming danger. Sometimes we say, right, looming oil shock, looming danger, something negative that might happen, something which is appearing as not clear, but it will definitely happen in future. We say, no, looming danger that is there hovering over our head, which will happen, which will appear, okay, emerging, right? So, looming oil shock, okay, it is emerging, it is going to happen soon. Okay, cause soon, emerging. Getting it? Looming. Something unpleasant, something unwanted, about to happen very, very soon. That is giving you a lot of worry. Okay. See, whenever we talk about geopolitical tensions or geopolitical, meaning the politic activity which is influenced by the physical features, the geography, okay? Geography, political. You see combination, geopolitical tensions means there are fights, or you can say politic activity which is influenced by the physical features of a country, the physical features of an area, the geography, okay? Regarding it is related to or influenced by the country's position, okay, in the map, the size of the country, okay, right? Build up its increase in something over a period of time. Fiscal, this fiscal, when we say fiscal is a period of 12 months, okay. Right. What does this para say? International oil prices are reaching a very high level, $100 a barrel. Okay. It is going to be, guys, $100 a barrel. Okay. So $100 a barrel means one barrel is how much? Does anybody know? If you measure this in oil and industry, what do we say? Approximately one barrel is 159 liters. 159 liters. Okay. So oil prices are reaching that high, $100 a barrel. Okay. And it is expected to remain very, very high. Volatile, the prices of oil will change suddenly, unexpectedly, because there are tensions going on between Ukraine and Russia. Okay. Russia is building a huge military force, right, on the borders of Ukraine. Okay, the serious impact will be on India also. So we are talking about how India will be impacted. Okay, India imports 85% of its requirements, okay, of oil. So India always will be impacted, obviously. There will be costlier oil, okay, which means higher bill and inflation. For India, it can be inflation. Indications are that crude import bill, this particular fiscal 12 months period, it is going to be exceeding a lot, considering if you last year's level, if you compare, it will exceed a lot. Okay. India this year, this fiscal imported 156.4 MMT of oil. Okay, right? As compared to the last year, if you see, okay, there is an increase in the import. So obviously India will be impacted because their fight oil prices will change suddenly. There is an inflation situation that can come in, right? Financial year, this fiscal is 21-22. We say fiscal year, we say period of 12 months where a company calculates its finances. Okay, government calculates its expenses and finance, expenses and income, right? Fiscal budget, we say fiscal 12 months period. Okay, right. Next, you understanding this, guys? Impact will be on the oil prices, very important, which we see here. Impact they have mentioned will be on the oil prices. Okay, what is a rule of thumb? Again, one phrase. General rule, broadly accurate guide. Okay, general rule. Okay, rule of thumb is, approximate, you can say, method for doing something. So based on practical experience, this is the general rule followed. That is your rule of thumb. Okay. Acha, Venkateshwara, it took days for you to attend the live class. Why you never used to get up early? Okay, finally you have. Congratulations. Okay. Gargi, I explained the topic. So the tensions going between Ukraine and Russia, because of which India will be impacted. Oil prices might increase. There might be situation of inflation, right? Signaling means showing. Signaling is showing signals, giving signals, indicating vulnerability. What is vulnerability? Guys, when you are vulnerable, you are at risk. You might be harmed. You are at risk. You are open to harm. Okay, you can be harmed easily. Yeah, easy to hurt. Exactly, vulnerable. Correct. So rule of thumb is, what is the rule of thumb? The normal principle, the thing we follow is every increase in global oil prices by $10 a barrel raises the current account deficit. Now, who will tell me what is CAD, current account deficit? Okay, which is a broadest measure of India's goods and services transactions. With much higher prices currently, the deficit may exceed forecast of 40 to 45 billion dollars. Okay, or 1.4% of GDP. Okay, signaling means ishara karna, exactly. It shows the weakness in India's accounts. Okay, guys, we all study GA. I know all of you are very masters in GA. Okay, you score the highest in GA, general awareness. So what is the current account deficit? There is deficit means the value of the goods and services that the country imports. Okay, it exceeds, it is much more than the value of the goods and services it exports, right? So current account deficit, can I say that imports are greater than the exports? Imports become greater than the exports, right? Huh. Right. So that is your deficit. Deficit is lack, right? Lack of something, deficit, shortage. Okay, deficit is shortage. The money you receive is less than what you spend. There is trade deficit. Okay, we say trade deficit, shortage. Okay. Import is whatever goods and services, Swapnil, you are bringing from the other countries to our country. Okay, whatever we are importing. Okay, right? Whatever goods and services that are produced outside and we import it and use it. From China, there's a lot of import that comes in, right? Oil we import, right? And whatever we manufacture here in the country and then give out to the other countries, that is our export. When the amount that is coming, imports are more than the exports, obviously we are earning less because we are sending less produce. Okay, we are earning less and we are spending more on the imports. That is deficit. It creates shortage, okay, of price, right? Guys, Akhil, you do not know, but in graduation I have studied economics. I don't tell this to people, but yeah, my graduation subjects were economics and psychology. Okay, right? So guys, you understand this? The rule of thumb, if you generally follow this principle, there is a rule that every increase, if there is any increase in oil price by $10 a barrel, okay, it increases the current account deficit. This is normal. Okay, so if you see that India is India is at risk, there is a signal that India's accounts are at risk, right? Next. I want to learn it. Actually, one of my goals is that learning Kannada. So that is for sure, Venkateshwara. You have asked me, but give me time for that. I actually want to learn it. I don't know when I will. Okay. External account meaning account of any corporation with any outside party. Like for a country, external account we have with other countries, account we have with other countries, right? Shreya, import export that we do, account with other countries. Yeah, of course, Sigmund Freud. Yeah, Manoj. Yeah, 1 barrel, 156 liters that we say. Like I said, no, in the initial also first paragraph I told you, a barrel is approximately 159 liters. Okay, in the oil industry, a unit of measurement equal to approximately 159 liters, a barrel. Okay, now guys, pegged at, measured at, you can see here, this one, 99.7 million barrels, pegged at, fixed at a certain level. Okay, fixed at. So overall, at first sight, when you notice, global oil prices close to $100 a barrel appear higher. They look higher if you say $100 a barrel. That than is warranted by demand supply imbalances. Okay, if you see at the first look, you will see at the first sight you will notice. Okay, these looks higher as justified by demand supply imbalances. See, if something is warranted, you can accept it, right? There is a good reason for it and it can be accepted. Okay, warranted, it can be accepted, right? But here, if you will notice, global oil prices, they appear so high than is warranted means if you compare with what can be expected. Global demand for oil during the first quarter of this calendar year is fixed at 99.7 million barrels a day, while global supply is similar at 99.59 million barrels. Basically, this is data given here, okay, according to the US Energy Information Administration, EIA, Energy Information Administration. There is certain data which is mentioned here, okay. Now see, warranted by, something which is warranted, we just say that it can be accepted. Okay, warranted is there is a good reason for it, why it is happening, and it can be accepted. Okay, warranted. Okay, so warranted by, so if you see the oil prices, global oil prices, international oil price close to $100 a barrel appear much higher. It looks much higher than what can be accepted, also much higher than what can be accepted also, even if we see the imbalance that is there in demand and supply. Okay, right? Accepted. Okay, not expected, Swapnil. Right? Accepted. It is okay, slowly, gradually we understand. Okay, some are very technical, you can say terms used or technical language used or something from a different field. Ilakya, that is why we do editorial. It is not one way, one time thing. Daily reading, little bit also you understand one para 50%, then you start understanding 60% of it, you are improving. Okay. Yeah. Demand and supply means determined by, okay, influenced by the demand and supply. Acha. Next one. Acha, you think the tone is informative? We will say Venkateshwar. We'll discuss the tone also. There are cautious grounds. Okay. You need to take, grounds means you have to take care of certain things. There are cautious grounds mean take care of certain things to avoid any kind of problem, possible dangers. Right? So there are cautious grounds for optimism to be positive that higher supplies will come into the market to meet demand in the remaining quarters of the 2022 and cool prices. Cool prices means prices should come down. Okay. Higher US production is likely. More Iranian oil may enter the market. Okay. Right. Brent crude price may fall to $87 a barrel in 2020 and now again, this is all the data that is there. You can see here data given by EIA, right? According to their reports, what does the data says, right? Okay, so what is the probability? What is the likelihood? Likely means this is the condition that might happen. Okay, more of Iranian oil may enter the market, right? So basically, we are talking about Yeah, data only. Here also continuing with the data only which is mentioned. Okay, right. Yeah, we can do that also. Error and parajumble class evening we do that. ठीक है. अच्छा राहुल थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बोलना है बिल्कुल. तो कॉशन की जरूरत है, केयर करने की जरूरत है, केयर लेने की जरूरत है क्योंकि ओके देयर आर कॉशियस ग्राउंड. मतलब हम बहुत ज्यादा पॉजिटिव नहीं हो सकते कि हायर सप्लाईज आएंगे मार्केट में टू मीट द डिमांड. डिमांड को फुलफिल करने के लिए सप्लाईज और बढ़ा दिए जाएंगे, बट बहुत ज्यादा पॉजिटिव होने की जरूरत नहीं है. टू अवॉइड कोई भी चीज डेंजर अवॉइड करने के लिए हमें हमें ये सोचना पड़ेगा कि क्या नेक्स्ट क्या हो सकता है. जैसे कि यूएस प्रोडक्शन लाइकली है, ज्यादा यूएस में प्रोड्यूस होगा, इरानियन ऑयल आ जाएगा मार्केट में. ओके तो ऑयल का एज सच अगर आप डेटा देखोगे तो बहुत ज्यादा कमी नहीं होगी. ओके there will be no Bhavpreeta for paid students or your evening class. Now there are a lot of questions, I have to clear that. Evening 5 p.m. today I will not be taking the session. Okay, today and tomorrow. I have already told you the reason. I think all my students know it. Okay, today evening and tomorrow you will have to manage, guys. Then I will come back, right? No, Akhil, I told you in classes, shifting, house shifting, you all know. I'm shifting, no, from this place. So packing, unpacking, loading, unloading. You know, no, it is very tough. It will take me this much time today and tomorrow. Yeah, there is. There will be no power cut there. No, Elakya, no. So that is why we preponed some classes. Yesterday evening I had taken session at 6 p.m. Okay, so that I don't miss today's any of the session. I took it yesterday only. I know guys, you will miss me a lot, but I am not going. I will be there on Telegram, probably interacting with all of you in the middle, in between. Okay. So for 2 days you will have to manage, and yeah, I'll be back very, very soon. See, it is good for all of you if I am shifting. Here there is too much of noise now. Okay, though I like this place, but yeah, it's been a lot of years now here. Okay. Why? The reason is why, because to a better place where there is less noise pollution. Okay. And we can concentrate more. Okay. So that is why shifting. It's been a lot of years here, approx 3 years in this particular building. I am bored of this place now. Okay. Right. So elevated, guys, higher international oil prices are certainly not good news for India. Okay, if their oil prices are increased, this is not a good news for India. There might be an immediate pass through. What is pass through? When there is a increase in the price, a customer pays because of the cost that increases for the company. Okay, so immediate means pass through to higher domestic retail prices due to the ongoing state assembly elections. Okay, right? They may not be actually, yeah, because elections are going on, they might not immediately increase the prices. Election, Okay, there may not be immediate increase, right? But the relaxation is very short-lived. After elections, again the prices will increase. Okay, they are unavoidable, certain to happen, and this shows that we need greater measures, okay, conservation and efficiency to utilize oil and gas. We need to conserve, okay, and we need to use this efficiently, oil and gas both, to reduce the vulnerability, the risk to high and volatile global prices means suddenly they will change. Volatile prices kabhi bhi change hote rehte hain. Determined means very efforts are required, continuous effort. Determined is continuous efforts required, okay, to increase the levels of relative self-sufficiency. Okay, so when you are self-sufficient, you will not need to import. So there should be measures where we need to increase self-sufficiency. Okay, step up means increase the domestic oil and gas production. That is the only solution India has, stepping up, increasing the domestic oil and gas production. But this is not happening. The crude production has been steadily, okay, continuously it is declining. It is actually, if you will see, the fact is that it is continuously decreasing the crude production. Okay, the oil production is decreasing. Okay, if we compare, okay, from the previous year. Okay, clear everybody? So increase in the price, what I have written for pass through, okay, yeah, increase in the price a customer pays because of an increase in the company's cost, that is pass through. Okay, there will be increase in the price of oil because the company costs are going to increase, right? So that is pass through. Price is written. Okay, ठीक है, right? Manoj is saying this is luxury, bore hona hai to shift. Yeah, HSR layout, but we are now going to a different area. Chalo guys, one last para, quickly read this. You know what is the writer mentioned? India needs to work on self-sufficiency. We need to increase the level of domestic oil and gas production. Guys, Arun, is that for me? People with more money keep on adding their luxury. Don't say that for me. But I also don't find there is a problem with living a luxurious life. It's okay. But yeah, taking care of the limited resources, you can, right? So when we have this seismic surveys, it is basically to gather information about the location, the characteristics of geographical structures, what is there beneath under the earth's surface, right? Right? Okay. So that is your seismic survey, right? Till December this year, this fiscal, production at 22.4 MMT is a very lower amount, which is than the output. Okay, domestic oil producers must be motivated to produce more. Okay, so that we don't depend too much on imports, right, over the medium term. If we're not short term, medium term. India, for its part, India, what should it do? Is currently increasing expenditure, okay, on the surveys for domestic hydrocarbon assets. Petroleum Ministry is also considering ways of bringing oil and gas from India's overseas fields, okay, in 22 countries. So what India is currently doing, what they are currently acting on, that is talked about here. Okay, reportedly means according to the sources, according to what people say. Okay, according to what some people say, according to some sources, reportedly. Okay, so Petroleum Minister also is looking for ways of bringing oil and gas from India's 52 overseas fields in 22 countries. There is no other choice but to step up. There is no other choice to increase local oil and gas production to reduce the risk to oil shocks that we may face. Okay, we need energy security. India needs energy security. So if you get to write about energy security, the first thing, we need to not be so much dependent on oil imports, right? So we will have to think a way of, okay, increasing the production of oil and gas, right, and not be so much dependent on the imports. Okay, seismic means related to ground. So when when there is a survey, seismic surveys, when we gather information about the locations, the characteristics of geological structure, what is there beneath the earth, all of that we look into, right? Clear? Right. Okay. What is the tone? Now see, overall we talked about we need to prepare for the oil shock that might come very, very soon in the future. Okay. International prices are high. The fight between Ukraine and Russia. So imports that we do, oil imports also, okay, need to be reduced. There is a lot of data also. Okay. So can I say analytical tone, and then there is a suggestion what India needs to do. Yeah, there is a lot of data also. Cautious and analytical. The tone will be data and its conclusion from data, analytical, plus warning also regarding how we may face oil shock. Cautious, right? We need to work on our, you can say, production for oil and gas. Okay? Cautious and analytical tone, right? Not critical, cautious and analytical. Okay? Now, grammar lesson from here. If I ask you here, yeah. Where is that? Yeah, guys, pegged at. Okay, pegged at means fixed at a certain level. This is the preposition that we use with pegged. Pegged at, when we say fixed at, right? How to know the tone? Very simple. You should know the basic positive tones, negative tones, neutral tone. You should be prepared with a list. Okay, again and again, same options are there. So common positive tones, common negative tones, common neutral tones, you study their meanings and then you make out what is the tone, right? If you don't know the meaning, for example, what is analytical? Based on data, there is conclusion, that is analytical. Okay. Cautious is giving warning. Surinder, cautious is giving warning that what you should do now. Okay, India must prepare themselves. Warning that in future oil shock might happen. Okay, and critical is negative. You are blaming somebody. Critical is negative tone when you blame somebody. Okay, guys, what is volatile? We use it as adjective. Something that can change. बहुत तेजी से बदल सकता है, suddenly and unexpectedly. Suddenly and unexpectedly. For example, volatile markets for oil. अचानक से बदल जाए, ठीक है. अस्थिर. Okay, prone to change. Okay. Pegged at means fixed at a certain level. Alternative meaning choice. When there is a choice available, there is an alternative. Okay. You use it as a noun also. A choice that is available. Okay. Choose 2 things, 3 things that you can choose from. Alternative is a choice that is available. Inevitable. Very, very common word, important word. Unavoidable. जो होके ही रहेगा, adjective. Okay. Unavoidable. That will happen. That cannot be avoided, unavoidable, inevitable. अवश्य होने वाला, can't be avoided. Oh, Vihari, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. Use code Harshita and join Edge. Yeah, on Oliveboard, whatever you are buying, test series, exams, okay, any of the classes, or you can say English, quant, reasoning, GA, Telugu, whatever you study. SSC also, UPSC also, any course you buy, use my code for discount. Vulnerability. What is this kind of quality? Able to be easily hurt, attacked, influenced. That is vulnerable. When you are vulnerable, your vulnerability is you are open to hurt. You are prone to harm. You might be at risk. Yeah. Substantially. Substantially is adverb. We can all understand that. Okay. Very much. Greatly. To a great degree. Okay. अत्यधिक रूप से, अत्यधिक. Okay. Even English, only the foundation course is there. Okay. You can check that foundation batch for only English and you can enroll. Trigger is, guys, cause something to happen suddenly. Trigger is a verb if we use. Cause, make something happen suddenly. Trigger. ठीक है. हाँ, तो कोई चीज अचानक हो जाना, ट्रिगर. ओके. Elevated prices at very, very high level, right? Higher place, higher position, elevated. Elevated, I can also write, guys, raised to a higher level. ऊंचा. ठीक है. हाँ, ट्रिगर कैन, यू कैन से स्टिमुलेट. Okay, suddenly cause something to increase. Trigger. Looming, there is a looming danger. Sometimes we say no, looming means that can happen in near future. Emerging. Okay, looming is emerging. Something which appears unclear right now, but slowly it is growing, emerging, looming. पास ही मंडराना, जो मंडरा रहा है पास में, कभी भी हो सकता है. लूमिंग. Kavita, ping me on Telegram, message me on Telegram. You can write to support@oliveboard.in. Okay, they might change it. support@oliveboard.in. Nudge. When you nudge, guys, you poke, you push something, you encourage. Okay, with your elbow you poke, right? Nudge. Basically, you move something to a level, try to move or slowly, okay, and almost reach a higher point. Nudge, we say no, poke. Tad is very small amount, tad bit. Okay, tad is a small amount, a very small amount is a tad, to small extent, somewhat, very small amount, tad. थोड़ा बहुत, जिसे हम बोलते हैं थोड़ा बहुत, स्मॉल अमाउंट, थोड़ा सा. ठीक है. स्लाइटली, tad. Slightly is tad. हल्का सा, थोड़ा सा. Okay, the other two which I want you to read from Indian Express and the Hindu are more inclusive signs and the budget lacks the power to transform services. from today's 24th Feb 2022 newspapers, right? These are the two which are important editorials I want you to read. Prima facie and rule of thumb. There was one more, right? Prima facie, rule of thumb. What are the meanings? Please do mention in the comments below, guys. And for PDFs, you know my Telegram group. Okay. Also, evening, though I will not be there, just remember that anything you buy, you have to buy using code Harshita for maximum discount on Oliveboard. Like, share and subscribe. After TNA, guys, all the other sessions for the day will happen on the SSC channel of Oliveboard. You know that, right? Thank you so much. Please do continue your reading. I will see you again when I'm back, just for today evening, and tomorrow I'm not there. Then I will continue, right, when I'm back. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys.